Ever wonder if your dividend income is actually keeping up with what you expected? This spreadsheet makes it crystal clear. I'm going to show you how to set up a simple dividend tracker that compares your forecasted income to your real payouts automatically. You'll see exactly how much you've earned, how close you are to your yearly goal, and where your biggest payouts are coming from. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Simply Money. Today I'm going to be showing you the income forecast versus actual income spreadsheet that I use. This was created to be able to hold all the different holdings you have on each one, being able to predict its future earnings, but also track its actual earnings, and then to do it cumulatively to see what everything altogether holds up. You can get this tracker down below in the description. If you go to the Buy Me a Coffee page, on the shop page, all our spreadsheets are available there. This one is the income forecast versus actual income spreadsheet. What you do on this one, and I'm going to show you using my own holdings so you can see that. Now, I did not put everything in here all the way back. Like with SCHD, I have 8 years worth of that. I just wanted to show you how this works and give you an overview. If you want to see my full holdings and what they have, you can check out the videos on the channel, my playlist showing monthly updates of SCHD, ULTY, all these different holdings, how they're performing month over month. So on this sheet, I'm going to start here. If you get this, you have up to 20 tickers you can put in. You can see down here at the bottom, you have ticker 1, ticker 2. If you don't have 20, that's fine. You can leave them blank. All you have to do is fill in the yellow cells. You don't want to touch any of this other stuff. It'll fill in automatically for you. And let's just start here. I have ULTY. If I was to delete that and just get rid of that completely, it'll take a second because it's quite a large file. So you can see it working over here. It's loading. It's reconfiguring, because when it's blank, we want everything blank because the cumulative is pulling that information over. So if you have blank tickers or tabs over here, you want that blank, those zeros, to pull over. So as you can see, when there's nothing in this cell here for your ticker, this entire spreadsheet stays blank. But we do want ULTY in here, so we'll put that back. And again, you can see it's working right here. It's calculating all these formulas. It'll take a moment. It's predicting based on this information. It's predicting all of your forecast of the number of shares you'll have, the share price, the dividend amount, the dividend payment, the new shares you're able to buy. So let's look at some of these cells that you need to fill in. First thing you want to fill in here, obviously, is the ticker symbol, and then the start date. When did you buy it? How many shares did you buy? And what was the starting share price? Also put in, what is the starting dividend payment? For ULTY, I put in, because I'm starting this on August 14th, even though I bought into it in July. I'm just starting it here for this demonstration. The starting dividend is 9 cents. Over here, you have your annual growth rate. And if you've seen my other spreadsheet, I use this. I've expanded this sheet to include a lot more. This one here, you can put your annual price growth and your dividend annual growth rate. I have both of these at negative 50%. Those who've been watching ULTY lately will say that's probably too low or too high, whatever you want to call it. We probably need to go a little further, and we'll look at that here in a second to see how the forecast in just a short period has kept up with what's actually happened. Again, we're dealing with short term right now. This is projected out. As you can see, I have it down to 20 years. You can go all the way down here, scroll down. I'm not going to scroll all the way down right now, but it projects out all of that. And then you can also put here your contribution, whether it's you want to do $50 and you can change this to monthly, or if you're doing weekly contributions, and that way it adds up in here properly. If you're doing it monthly, it'll only add, say it's $100 a month, it'll only add $100 once a month instead of each week. Same with here. Now, I kind of lied. I said only touch the yellow. These two pink ones you can change. Those are drop downs, whether this here is ULTY, this ticker symbol, is it paying a weekly or a monthly distribution? If you put monthly, it changes this to year one, month one. Put weekly, it's changing changes it back to year one, week 2, week 3. As you can see, it's a little slow because there's a lot of formulas in this to update. So it takes a minute. So be patient when you change something. Make sure you're looking at this. Don't feel like, oh, it's broken, and start playing with all these cells down here. See how it changed at year one, week 1. So you can see what it's doing there. And this is just what you can put in. Then over here, again, you only want to do the yellow cells. This actual share price, just give it a minute, it'll fill in. These actual share prices will pull at the close of date. So on 8/14, the closing price was $5.95. These down all the way till present will fill in. It takes a moment. While we're waiting on that, you can see that the distribution was 9 cents and something, but it rounds up. I have everything rounding up. I don't put in 4 or 5 decimal points. I just put in the 2. So it's going to round up or down depending where that's at. So it actually paid, again, you put in this amount, you put in your distribution, this will automatically update, this will automatically update, and so will all of this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to refresh this, see if we can get that to kick in there. So as we're waiting on that, let's go over to ticker number 2. Here we have CHPY, starting date September 30th. I had 334 shares, starting price. Again, I manually put in all of these yellow cells, not adding anything to it weekly. This is a weekly payer, and I'm going with a 2% growth on the dividend and the share price. Let's just kind of scoot down here. We'll go to 11/4. This is the latest information we have. It would predicted on the growth rate that would be at $55.99 per share and would be getting 41 cents distribution. Our dividends would be 136 up here until we got to 142. And again, this is going to give you a linear growth of 2%. The stock market goes like this, doesn't go like this. So you might go up 4%, you might go down 6%, up and down. So when you look at this, it's going to be a nice steady incline or decline, depending how you have it set, where in actuality, you're going to have the roller coaster ride. But looking over, you can see the latest date. All this is blank because this is in the future. So the actual share price isn't there yet. The actual dividends, I put these in manually, and then your actual dividend payment. So you can see the difference, the actual total. And the difference is we're actually up $722 more than our forecast showed. Again, that could drop negative in one day at this short of a time frame. We're not looking at long term with this, so you have to be patient and realize you're going to see this go black, red, and it's going to take a while for that to continue down. But as you put this information in, the great part is each week you just go in and put in what the actual distribution is, and all the rest of this will update, and you can compare to what your forecast versus what you're actually getting is doing. Again, let's go over here and see how ULTY's doing. It's still working. It's slow, trust me. Now, ticker number 3, I have BLOX. Same thing. I just put in the prices, the start date, all that good stuff. And you see over here where it pulled in the information, I put in what the actual distributions were, and you can see on this one we're down negative $461. It's a very short time frame. See here we were down 700, then only down 70, now down 461. You're only looking at 3 weeks time frame here, so not worried about it. I'm going through these real quick now because I think you have an idea. Let's go over here to number 4, WPAY. Again, put in the time when you bought it, how much it was, all that good stuff. And see on this one, they're all going to be negative right now because these are new holdings. And from when I bought it till just now, the market's been in a rough week. We're going to see some red here for a little bit, which is okay. I don't mind because I'm reinvesting these, so I'm buying more shares at a cheaper price. Long term, I'm fine with this. It's part of the journey that we take. I hope you're getting an idea how this is working. Each date's going to be different here, and I'll go to the cumulative here in a moment. Let's fly through some of these. Have YBTC, number of shares. Again, this is your forecast over here, and this is your actual. So then you're able to just go over and say, oh, well, that one down, we're down 1,800. So anybody watching this is probably going, wow, this guy is not doing very good. I'm not sweating it one bit. I'm holding long term. So here we have QQQI. As you can see, this one up almost $3,000 since we got that. That's probably down a little bit since this because the latest date is 10/22, because this is only updating on a monthly basis versus the weekly. And you can see that right here because I have monthly selected because QQQI pays out their distribution on a monthly basis. Same with the next one, SPYI, the monthly number of shares, the growth that I expect. Again, this is just my forecast, what I'm predicting versus what it actually does. This isn't showing whether you're up or down in your purchase. This is showing whether you're up or down from the forecast. So remember, this isn't showing that I'm down on these. Let's go back here. This isn't showing that I'm down $30 on my purchase. This is showing I'm down $30 versus what I predicted it would be, what I forecasted it based on this information from when it started with these growth rates. So it doesn't mean that I'm in the negative, I'm in the red as an investor. It just means that my forecast so far negative compared to where I'd forecasted it. Here we have SPYI. I just showed you that. You can see again 2,500 from the forecast. And we can go over here to IWMI. This one, we're going to fix that. We're not making any contributions to that one. Zero that out. See how it changed all that automatically. And it pulls in the prices. Don't mind this because there's no price here. This is just reading false value. It'll fill in automatically once this date passes, which is the end of November. Once the 25th close of business, this price will kick in and all this will fill in. So you can see just on 2 months, we're actually up $6,100 versus what we had forecasted it would be up. And ticker number 9 is blank. And so 9 through 20, like I said, I don't have my SCHD in here. For this, I didn't want to go ahead and go through all that for this demonstration, but I could put in anything here. I can type in, let's just put in NVDY. See how it pulls in the dates because that's the first date I have there. This wasn't around then. We're going to go to, let's go to 1/1/2025. Let that kick in. Again, it's working. Be patient as that fills in. If I put in the symbol, it's going to fill in these dates. Once it gets all the formulas worked out in its little brain, it'll start with 125 here and carry those down. And that's going to show the share price. It's still working. And there it went. Change that to 1/1/2025. These actual prices will kick in and we'll get to see how that would compare. We'd have to put our dividends in manually. This obviously didn't start at 15.10. That was just a price I had in there. I'd have to go in and look and see on 1st of January what was the price of NVIDIA. And I could put that in here. Even if I just, for this video, I put in $34 and take a second, it'll update all this and carry it down. And new shares per drip because it's showing that I own 13,245 of those. And my dividend payment each week would be $13.24. I do not own, there are 13,000 of these shares. That's a total of $450,000. This is just showing that. Again, all this will fill in. It takes a little bit of time for that to happen. These are your actual funds and what's happening with them. Again, we're back over to ULTY now. You can see those prices finally came in and carries us down to here. We're down as of the 6th of November down to $4.54 per share. And you can see we're down from the forecast of $2,233. Now the cumulative, you come over here, and so it's going to start with the earliest date that you have in there. Oh, I need to go back over here because I want to get rid of this. You have to just hit delete. It gets rid of all of that because we don't want that in our cumulative because that's not what we own. You have to get rid of this. You can if you want. Doesn't impact it. All of this is going to zero out as long as this is blank. Maybe you had something in there, but you just want to remove it real quick. You can just remove the symbol and all these will zero out here in a moment. So we'll wait for that to happen. As that's happening, it'll update over here in the cumulative. We obviously don't want that one because it's throwing our forecast and our actual values off. As that's working, here we go. Just updated the forecast, just updated the value difference. Here you can see the forecast. Now you got to remember this is based on this date. I have some like ULTY that we started on 8/14. You can see the forecast jumps drastically here because that's when we're adding others to this forecast. There are limitations to this, obviously. It's not going to be as dynamic as maybe we wish it could be, but you can see as we get up to the current, go here to the 6th of November, hasn't completely updated the value difference yet. There's still some things outstanding. Let's go to the October 30th. You can see what the forecasted value was versus the actual value, and your forecasted dividend versus your actual dividend, and the value difference is up, and the value dividend difference is up $73. So again, that's not whether I'm up or down in the market. It's not my cost basis, whether I've lost money or gained money. This is based on my forecast when I put these in, and then I can track these long term. So I've been tracking ULTY here for a couple months. We could get down here to, let's go to year 3, the end of year 3. End of year 3, it's showing the number of shares that have, what the distribution or the share price would be. And that's, again, this is the negative 50% growth and the negative 50% dividend. They would definitely do a reverse split prior to this, but this is just showing where it would go at that level of depreciation and dropping. But your percentage is still going to be, your yield percentage is what they're shooting for. It's maintaining that 80% give or take yield. So as the price drops, yes, your yield's going to drop, but the percentage should stay around the same. On this scenario, you can see that we're maintaining our distribution amount. If we went to, let's do this to negative 60, maybe we'll be a little closer to the actual price. And you can see that our distribution continues to drop. Let's see where we are. 454 is what we predicted. It's at 501, so it's still a little higher than what we are, but this is lower than where we're at too. These are just things to look at. It's fun to play around with, kind of predicting where it might go and then actually tracking where it's fulfilling and whether you're above or below what you predicted. That is it for this spreadsheet and looking at your actual income versus your forecasted income. Feel free again to grab one of those. Leave comments down below. This was actually expanded because one of the viewers made a suggestion, and so I added this contribution amount, and then it made me start thinking, oh, what if we look at these actual numbers versus just what we're predicting? That was expanded because of the comments. I appreciate your comments. Don't forget to leave those down below. Just the thumbs up even helps the logarithms, gets us more viewers so they can see this stuff as well. I appreciate your support. As always, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time on Simply Money.